Hello, I'm Courtney Gardini and welcome back to Life of a Travel Writer. So it is July 29th and this is vlog 23 and no, this is vlog 22 and I failed at my monthly challenge for the month. So July 1st, I hit the ground running and I was like, July 16th marks my 1 year on YouTube. I'm going to take this month and just focus on doing like a daily blog and getting my metrics up and really committing to it because I've already done it for a year. I want to put more time into it. And then it just snowballed from there. So life was like JK, or not really life, like my mood was JK. Because of the fact like I am self-aware that I have the control and that I could have done it, but I really ended up deciding to choose hermit mode over working on YouTube. I did unfortunately find out that someone I knew, who I was close with really, really close with at one point, but we stayed in contact over the years, passed away, which rocked me off my boat a little bit. And then we ended up going to Semkovo after Bosnia. And we were camping out at the site because my partner has invested in a co-living space for digital nomads. So we went to see it, but of course we knew we were going to be camping because the project is still under construction. So we knew we would have a bed, but that's all we had basically was the walls and the bed and some furniture, and cold water. So I enjoyed showering cold. I normally do it, but I always do it warm first and then cold, but this was just straight cold for 5 days. So cold water and no electricity. We did have internet in the common area for a few days and then that stopped working. So it wasn't the best working space. So I was just like, we're going to scrap YouTube for the month. And when I get back to it, I will get back to it. So finally we're in our second week here. Yeah, I think our second week. We're in our second week. We're in Germany and we are getting back on track. No, we're in our third week here. Okay. So we've been here for 3 weeks. I've fallen off track and now we're trying to get back on track. So in those 3 weeks, a lot has gone on, but we're mostly going to talk about the book proposal. So as you know, I started that's my Duolingo. As you know, I am working on my debut travel memoir, The 2 Year Sailor, One Woman, One Goal, 7 Continents, and I have sent several first chapters that will be my sample chapters in the book proposal to my literary agent, and he has not liked them. So that is where we are at the moment. I am in another writing section, I guess we could call it. Yes. So it's been... we signed on in October. I started sending him pages probably at the beginning of January. No, I'm sorry. So we started in October. We signed the contract. Then we started working on the book proposal. So we were working on all the information that goes with the book proposal, you know, the intro, your comp titles, how you're going to handle marketing, what kind of networks are you in, things like that. So we were doing the draft of the book proposal and now we are on the section where we are focusing on the sample chapters and the structure of the book. So I am working on the sample chapters before we work on the structure of the book because I think what sample chapters I end up choosing are going to dictate what the structure of the chapters looks like. So I think I'm on my 4th draft. I think I have sent him 3 versions of how the book should start and he did not like any of them. So I am scrapping it and I'm going back to the drawing board. So at first that's like always like a big thing is people, I think any writer is worried about is them liking the pages. I am worried that he won't like this next draft, but I know in the back of my head and because of the fact that I'm already on draft 4 that I will be able to come up with another angle. I have over 100,000 words for this draft and at this point, I've taken the 2 years and my experience with dyslexia and traveling 7 continents, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make this narrative work to fit not just telling my story, but also to educate and entertain the reader. So I do not have my hook, and that is what the first chapter really needs to do, because I need to be able to hook the editor in the publishing house to want to purchase it, and I need to be able to hook the reader into reading it. So that is what I am struggling a bit with, and I realize that that is a struggle because of the fact it's been a very long time since I've had anyone criticize my work. I have not written anything academically or personally since probably university, since grad school, and then working at the European Culture Academy. I did a lot of copywriting for them, for artwork and art stuff. So not anything in my own voice. So it didn't involve literary writing, memoir writing, or travel writing. I have not done any of that probably since undergrad, now that I think about it. So that is over 10 years. Yes, because I ended university in 2014. So yes, so I am not really too worried. Am I annoyed with myself that it's taking this long? Absolutely, because it's already July and I signed on with him in October. But is it unrealistic that it is taking me this long? Absolutely not. Because I am out of practice. I am out of habit, and it's only been a year and a half now that I lived this story. So I have 15 different angles that I could consider on how I could start this story. And that is a problem. Having too little ideas and having too many ideas is always a problem. So right now we are in the phase of trial and error for sample chapters. And that is what I'm doing, and that is what I am reminding myself. So I took his criticism, I thought about it, I read some first chapters of some travel memoirs, and then I thought of a new way to handle the situation. So that is what I am currently working on now. I'm probably going to get to a draft of 3,000 words within the next couple days. I think I'm already at 1,000, but it takes some time to really formulate, and because you want to be precise about what it is that you're saying. You don't want to ramble on too long, but you need to be able to hook somebody within the first 2 pages. And that is a little difficult because what you tell them in the first 2 pages is going to lead them throughout the story. So it is a difficult scenario to figure out how to hook somebody in 2 pages. So yes, that is what I am focusing on now. And we shall see where the rest of the month goes. It is the end of July. We're here for a few more weeks, and then we are heading to Azores, which I'm very excited for. I've recorded 3 podcast interviews now. So I'll be putting up my interview that I did with Bridget Crooker for The River's Daughter, probably tomorrow. Yeah, I want to have it done. So tomorrow, and then I have to edit the 2 other ones I did for Paris Letters and What I Was Doing While You Were Breeding. And then I am trying to get in touch with 2 other women who said yes to be interviewed. So I am trying to schedule those interviews. So yeah, we are on our way. In terms of podcasting, I did not enjoy it at first, but now I am starting to see the benefit in it. So I was editing Bridget's podcast interview today, and I have to say I am not a great interviewer in terms of wanting to be listened to. Because I take in all the information that she said, because of course I make up questions, but a lot of what I'm trying to feed off of is what their response is. And of course there are certain topics that I do want to discuss, and I think for my second 2 interviews I was better at that, but I am still nervous and I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm still doing it anyway because I know it is valuable. So that is what we are doing at the moment. And I did not enjoy listening to myself in Bridget's podcast, but I'm glad that I edited it and that I'm going to be posting it. And I'm glad that I had to re-listen to it because of the fact, like, I took more listening to it the second time than I did first time around, because I was just so focused on what I was doing and what I was saying and where we were going with the interview, and the fact that, of course, something went wrong with the internet and her mic didn't work and her camera didn't work. So then we ended up doing it while she was able to speak, but I couldn't see her. So that was awkward for me. So the other two, I figured out how to get their mics on and how to get the camera on. So it's been working. So I'm very grateful for that, because that is a skill that anyone should have. And I'm glad I got to, annoy my nervous system and test myself out. So yeah, so the book proposal is going on, the podcasts are going on. I did finish my affiliate work for when I did the tour with walks and devoured tours for the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. So I really liked that blog post that I did and got that done. And yeah, so I'm also spending the rest of the year just trying to focus on my blog as well. And we will be headed to the travel blogging exchange in Ireland, and I'm really excited to see what is going to come from that. So because of that, I am really trying to focus on my blog and, what my views are and everything like that, just because of the fact that we're going to the travel blogging conference, and I want to be able to make connections, and I don't want to miss an opportunity because I am not as advanced as I should be. And of course, I know that comes with time. So I'm just trying to amp myself up. I'm doing a lot of research, seeing who's going to be speaking and things like that, just like I did with WITS. I want to go in there with an intention, and I'm hoping to meet some more female travel writers who I could also interview for the podcast. And then, yeah, so those are my big 3 topics for the rest of the year, because it is quarter 3. And we only have 5 months left now. I decided to really sit down and focus on what it is that what I want the end of the year to look like, and career-wise and writing-wise and travel blogging-wise. Those are my main 3 focuses. Of course, I'm going to continue making YouTube videos because I do need the practice. And even being away for these last couple weeks, it feels like a new thing to me. So I need to get back on the horse, and I need to continue practicing, especially with podcast interviewing. I realize that the more I articulate and practice speaking out loud, I feel like it gets better. So with time, we will get there. So yeah, we are going to try to get back on track and focus on where we're going and what the rest of the year looks like. So I'm very excited. We also have big plans. I am also trying to plan a wedding in Prague for next year. So yeah, we are handling that one day at a time. So yeah, so I'm very excited. And thank you for being here. And we will continue next week with book proposal, podcast, and blog. So thank you for being here. Have a great day.